What's going on, guys? Today's review will be the 1991 to 1999 Nickelodeon and Disney series, and that is Doug. Many of you guys remember watching this show and growing up with it. The show was originally aired on Nickelodeon, Nicktoons, Noggin, Nick Jr., ABC, Disney Channel, Toon Disney, and streaming. Season 1 to 4 on Paramount Plus, and seasons 5 to 7 on Disney Plus. The series revolves around Douglas Doug Funny, an 11, later 12-year-old boy who wants to be another face in the crowd, but by possessing a vivid imagination and a strong sense of right and wrong, he is more likely to stand out. He keeps a journal, which he treats as an autobiography, as he records numerous experiences over the series, which range from learning to dance to getting a bad haircut. Doug Funny and his family, which consists of his parents Theta and Phil, sister Judy, and dog Pork Cup, move from the town of Bloatsburg to Bluffington after his dad receives a job promotion. While attending school, Doug makes several new friends and a few foes, including the awkward Skeeter Valentine, the troublemaking Roger Klotz, and the kind-hearted Patty Mayonnaise, who Doug develop a crush on. The writing for this series is pretty solid, as it may be pretty simple, with Doug navigating through his life and going through all sorts of mundane things, and it can definitely get pretty awkward at times, but it does have a unique charm of its own that does provide the show with some decent humor, some memorable and likable characters, and a fair amount of heart and charm. However, once the series jumped ship from Nickelodeon to Disney after season 4, most of the charm and humor that was present before winds up getting lost. The humor of the series is mostly pretty decent, as while there is the occasional weak or awkward joke, a good chunk of them do still manage to get some decent laughs, such as some of the banter between the characters, some of the snarky comebacks and remarks, some of the gags and slapstick, and some of the humorous situations the characters get themselves into. The show does manage to have some good charm and heart to it, and this does lead to some pretty charming and heartfelt moments, like Doug's relationships with his friends and family, some of the solutions to some of the problems he gets into, and his crush on Patty, which does eventually bloom into a full-on relationship. The animation is pretty well done, as it does have a nice and charming look to it, with the characters all having some pretty nice designs along with some decently fluid movements. The backgrounds are well drawn and painted, as well as having some nice details, and there are some nice effects. Not to mention the animation does improve and look more slick as the series progresses. The characters may be more on the simple side of things, and they do become more bland when it gets to the Disney seasons, but during the Nick seasons, even if they do have their occasional bad moments, they do manage to be decently likable and very memorable, such as the awkward and ordinary Doug, who is a good protagonist, his goofy and helpful best friend Skeeter, his loyal dog Pork Cup, the sweet and kind-hearted love interest Patty, the troublemaking and nasty bully Roger and his cat Stinky, Doug's eccentric sister Judy, the enthusiastic Mr. Dink and his down-to-earth wife Tippy, the athletic Shocky, the spoiled but friendly BB, and more. The voice acting is very well done and does lead to some pretty solid performances, such as Billy West as Doug and Roger, Fred Newman as Skeeter, Pork Cup, Stinky, and Mr. Dink, Constance Schulman as Patty, Alice Playton as BB, Becca Lish as Judy, Doris Bellac as Tippy, and more. The music is pretty decent, as the score is nicely done and does manage to capture the show's down-to-earth and comedic tone. Not to mention the theme song is very catchy and memorable. Overall, for the first ever Nicktoon to air, this is a nice series that may not be anything too special, but it does have some nice charm, and does deliver some decent laughs. But this would only be the first step in Nickelodeon's rise to fame, as there would be many more beloved shows to come. Oh, and let's not forget about its movie. This show has its own animated theatrical movie from Walt Disney Pictures, Disney Television Animation, and Jumbo Pictures, Doug's first movie in 1999, which was a great movie. And so, what is my verdict on this show? I'm rating it a 7 out of 10. Still pretty great classic Nicktoon, and although Nickelodeon has done the show's justice, but Disney also did good.